Staying warm is effortless today, but for our ancestors it was a daily battle against the cold. Long before central heating, they relied on hay, a simple, abundant material, to insulate their homes and survive brutal winters. Hay wasn't just animal feed, it was a life-saving shield, packed into walls and floors to trap precious warmth. This method, passed down through generations, was a testament to human ingenuity and harmony with nature. The real hero of winter survival wasn't the fire, but the hay quietly holding heat inside the home. This forgotten art reminds us of the resilience and cleverness of those who came before us. Understanding their methods gives us a new appreciation for the challenges they faced and overcame. Why not just burn more wood? Because fuel was scarce and precious, needed mostly for cooking, not constant heating. Hay, on the other hand, was abundant and versatile. It could insulate homes in winter and feed animals if needed. Using hay for insulation was a brilliant act of resource management. It didn't consume the material, just borrowed it for the season. This approach dramatically reduced the need for fuel, stretching supplies through the harshest months. Our ancestors saw materials as part of a cycle. Hay warmed homes, then nourished fields as fertilizer in spring. This closed-loop system was both practical and ecological, minimizing waste and maximizing survival. Choosing hay over fuel wasn't just smart, it was sustainable. It's a lesson in making the most of what the land provides and in seeing value beyond immediate consumption. Their mindset was about reuse, resilience, and respect for the land. That's a perspective worth remembering. Hay insulation wasn't one-size-fits-all, it adapted to local architecture and climate. In timber-framed houses, hay was packed between walls, creating a thick, effective barrier. In colder regions, hay covered floors and filled attics, blocking ground chill and heat loss through the roof. Drafty windows and doors were sealed with hay bundles, sometimes even blocking out light to keep warmth in. Insulating the home was a seasonal, communal ritual. Families worked together to prepare for winter. These hands-on methods were passed down, tailored to each home and region. It was a living tradition of adaptation and survival. Hay's power as insulation comes from physics. It traps air, which is a poor conductor of heat. Packed hay creates countless tiny air pockets, slowing heat loss by blocking conduction and stopping air movement. It's like wearing a wool sweater. The warmth comes from trapped air, not the fibers themselves. The thicker the hay, the more effective the insulation. Our ancestors learned this through experience, knowing a fluffy, dry bed of hay kept them warmest. Keeping hay dry was crucial. Wet hay lost its insulating power. Their practical knowledge harnessed a fundamental law of nature. This simple principle kept families alive through countless winters. Hay insulation was a seasonal system woven into the rhythm of rural life. As autumn ended, families packed hay into walls and floors, fortifying their homes for winter. The insulation was managed all season, adding hay during cold snaps, replacing damp sections, even using it as emergency animal feed. When spring arrived, the hay was removed and repurposed. Clean hay-fed animals, soiled hay, fertilized fields. Nothing was wasted. Hay served as blanket, food, and soil nourishment. This cycle connected families to their homes and the land, fostering a hands-on relationship with shelter. The house was a living system, adapted and managed with the seasons. It's a model of resourcefulness and sustainability. The old wisdom of hay insulation inspires today's sustainable builders. While hay is now mostly for feed, straw, its modern cousin, makes excellent eco-friendly insulation. Straw bale construction creates thick, super-insulated walls, keeping homes warm in winter and cool in summer. Even simple straw skirts around cabins or greenhouses can boost insulation and extend growing seasons. The key lesson: use local natural materials to trap air and conserve energy. This mindset encourages creative, low-impact solutions tailored to each place. The principle is timeless. Nature provides what we need if we know how to use it. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. Suddenly, cheap fuel and mass-produced materials made conserving heat less urgent. Permanent insulation and central heating replaced the seasonal ritual of hay packing. Homes became commodities built with standardized products, and the old knowledge faded. The hands-on connection to shelter and the land was lost as people moved to cities. Hay insulation became a forgotten footnote, replaced by convenience and fossil fuels. We lost not just a technique, but a way of thinking about resources and resilience. Remembering this tradition means reconnecting with sustainable, cyclical ways of living. In a world facing energy uncertainty and climate change, the wisdom of hay insulation is more relevant than ever. It's a low-tech, resilient method, requiring no electricity, just local materials and know-how. For survivalists, historians, and anyone seeking sustainability, it's a practical, field-tested solution. Studying and reviving these methods connects us to the ingenuity of the past and offers inspiration for the future. The story of hay insulation is about working with nature, not against it. It's a legacy of resilience, resourcefulness, and respect for the land. By remembering and sharing this knowledge, we honor our ancestors and equip ourselves for a more sustainable tomorrow. Let's ensure this wisdom is not lost, but carried forward as a guide for living well in changing times.